about LeBron's legacy. I don't want to hear any more about that. That is the new thing. Sorry, I'm old man, get off my lawn now, Trevor. That is the new thing when people can't think of anything else. They want to talk about legacy. LeBron James, if he decided tomorrow, never mind, I'm not going to play, he goes down as one of the, at worst, 5 best players of all time, and in most people's minds in the top 2 or 3, okay? So LeBron, if he doesn't play, much less doesn't win.
I couldn't tell, guys, if that was Windy saying that or if that was Michael Wilbon. 2 people who hate the legacy conversation for obvious.
Smart man.
But, Evan, who does have the most pressure on him in Philly this year?
Yeah, I think LeBron James, because he signed up for the pressure. Let me define what pressure is. Pressure is not something is going to go wrong where all of a sudden he won't be one of the greatest players ever, or it'll hurt his legacy or anything like that. It's simply this. Brian Windhorst, Tim McMahon on the Hoop Collective podcast, Tim says something that I think is brilliant about the Sixers organization. It's Joel Embiid's organization. It's Tyrese Maxey's team. That's what Tim McMahon says. Let me add one. I think it's LeBron James' season. I think he signed up to go to Philly because now we learn the reveal, the big reveal at the end of the movie or the TV show. What does happiness mean? Happiness means winning. That's what it means. So he's saying, I don't need to go back to Cleveland because it won't matter if I win. My legacy is set there. Same thing in Miami. Golden State. In theory, it's I want to be with my friends and I want to be near my family. Okay, if you don't win, you don't win. He's signing up for pressure. He's telling you the oddest of decisions. As Brian has been saying all show long, it's unfathomable that this actually happened. The most pressure is on LeBron James. That's what he signed up for. I think the least pressure is on Embiid. I think this is the lowest pressure he's had on him all career. I don't think there's ever been a point in Joel Embiid's career that he's had less pressure. You know why? You know how many games he has to play in the regular season? 0. He doesn't play a single game, it doesn't matter. You know how many games he has to play in the postseason? Enough for them to win 16. If that's with him or without him, it does not matter. He is an add-on piece to this great roster with great management and great coaching. The most pressure is on LeBron. He told you that by signing there.
This is a fascinating moment because most of the time you can go to every team in the league and you can answer this question. Sometimes the answer, by the way, isn't even a player. Sometimes it's the coach. Sometimes it's the GM. Sometimes it's the owner. I would say, like right now in Portland, the owner is under the most pressure, for example. But I don't have a good answer for this, Courtney. And it's because this is so complicated. Like Evan's talking, he's making a case for LeBron. Okay, well, you're going to argue that a guy who's making the minimum contract who's going to be 42 years old in the playoffs is under pressure? If that's the case, your team's kind of in a troublesome situation. Embiid, yeah, I mean, absolutely. I agree with Wilbon to a certain.
The NBA is ablaze with excitement, and at the heart of it all is the scorching pressure on 2 titans, LeBron James and Joel Embiid in Philadelphia. As I tuned into the discussion, I couldn't help but feel the weight of expectation bearing down on these 2 superstars. On one hand, we have the legendary LeBron James, a champion with a reputation for delivering under pressure, having clinched titles in Cleveland, Miami, and Los Angeles. The city of Philadelphia is now eagerly awaiting his next triumph. On the other hand, we have Joel Embiid, a phenom who has yet to fully unleash his fury on the court. Despite his incredible talent, Embiid has been plagued by injuries and inconsistency, leaving the city of Philadelphia hungry for a championship. As I listened to the debate, I found myself wondering, who's shouldering the greater burden in Philly? Is it LeBron, with the weight of his legacy looming large, or Embiid, who's desperate to unleash his full potential? The contrasting careers of these 2 players are nothing short of fascinating. Both burst onto the scene with sky-high expectations, but their paths have diverged dramatically. LeBron has consistently lived up to the hype, racking up championships and MVPs, while Embiid has struggled to stay healthy and find his rhythm. Yet, Embiid remains an electrifying talent, and the pressure is mounting for him to dominate the game and lead his team to glory. As I delved deeper, I realized that the pressure on Embiid is a double-edged sword. It's not just about winning a championship, it's about fulfilling his vast potential. He's a player capable of dominating the game, but his inconsistency and injury woes have raised doubts. The pressure is on him to stay healthy, perform at an elite level, and lead his team to the promised land. It's a crushing burden, fueled by both external expectations and Embiid's own internal drive. LeBron's arrival in Philadelphia has also turned up the heat. By signing with the 76ers, he's shouldering a massive burden to deliver a championship. What if he falls short? What if the 76ers don't make it to the finals or fail to claim the title? How will that impact his legacy? The pressure on LeBron is suffocating, driven by his desire to continue performing at an elite level and cement his status as one of the all-time greats. But what about Embiid? The pressure on him to deliver a championship is equally intense. Unlike LeBron, Embiid has never faced such lofty expectations throughout his career. He's always been seen as a talented player, but never the face of a franchise. He's never had to navigate the intense scrutiny that comes with being the player expected to deliver a championship. The pressure is on him to prove himself, to show that he's more than just a gifted player, but a dominant force who can lead his team to glory. The media and fans are also fueling the fire, constantly analyzing and criticizing LeBron and Embiid's performances. The external expectations are suffocating, and it's not just about the players themselves, but also about the legacy, potential, and pressure to deliver. The pressure on LeBron and Embiid is a potent cocktail of internal drive, external expectations, and the weight of legacy. It's a thrilling narrative that will unfold in the city of Philadelphia, where two titans are ready to clash in a battle for greatness.